Computer, yes. Okay, so we're going to make a racing game. We only have 6 more classes to make this racing game. So I'm going to go very fast, very fast. You do not have to follow along in class. You can obviously watch the video later and et cetera, et cetera. And just like we did with the midterm, I'm going to give you chunks, right? So you'll get whatever we built today. I'll put it up on the Google Drive and then so on and so forth, okay? So the first thing we need to do is obviously go to Epic Games Library, Unreal Engine Library, launch Unreal 427. You'll get this launcher. We're going to create a game. Next, we're going to use the advanced vehicle physics. We're not in the basic class anymore. We're going to do advanced stuff now. So I'm just kidding. Just kidding. The difference is that this has like physics for each individual wheel versus like not. Okay, so we're going to hit next. It's going to be a blueprint. Max quality is fine. No starter content. That's cool. And then we'll call this racing game fall 2022 or something similar to that, right? Oh, actually, you should probably put your initials. So GMC. Well, mine's too big. Whatever. Racing. That's fine. Put your initials because I will need to see your project, right? You'll need a either we'll share in class or you'll have to give it to me, depending on how much time we have. All right, so create project, good stuff. It's loading for me. It's awesome. And dismiss this. We hit play. You can see we have this cool car. It works great. Everything's cool. The only problem is I have my joystick plugged in, so I'm going to plug that. Let's try this again. Oh, unbelievable. Okay, so we're just going to close that anyway. And then we'll go to our documents folder where I saved it. So on documents, Unreal projects, and what did I name it? Here it is, GMC Racing Fall 2022. What I'm going to do before I open that up is I'm actually going to add in the cars and here they are, vehicles. So add to project, and you don't have to do this. This part you won't have to do. What you'll do instead is, hold on, let me find it. Oh, it's GMC Racing, add to project. All right, so what you'll have to do instead is I'm going to give you, there we go, okay, it's added. Vehicle variety pack, here it is. So I'm going to give this to you guys as a zip file. And all you have to do is add it to your content folder. See content, that's all you have to do is add it there. And as a matter of fact, I'm gonna upload that right now to our folder here. Let's see, design and creation of games fall, and zip drive, vehicle variety pack. Should just take a second. All right. Almost done. File not, oh, oops, I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. I removed it, deleted it from the thing. So I complained. It's fine. Okay, we're gonna let it upload. While that's uploading, let's go back to our project here. So again, it goes inside the content folder. Someone's gonna ask me, inside the content folder. All right, and it should look like this, vehicle variety pack, and with all the stuff that's associated with that. Did it finish? Yay, it finished. Okay, now it's this. All right, now then, we can open up our project again. Let's take a second. And click on this guy, and we can go to vehicle variety pack. You can open up a map, and I'm not sure if I need to compile shaders or not. We can take a look at what they've already built, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to expand on this. We're going to make a racing game. It's going to have a title screen. It's going to allow you to select different vehicles. It'll have checkpoints. And then once you finish those checkpoints, it'll give you a lap time. And then once you finish, it'll give you, a lap time. And then once you finish X number of laps, it'll give you your race time and finish and then go back to the title screen. So you can keep playing. Apparently I do need to compile shaders, but it's okay. We'll take a look at what they got. No rush or anything, but we only have 6 days. Come on, computer. I should have clicked this while I was uploading the stuff, the vehicle variety pack. And if you guys don't know how to get there, obviously it's in the announcements, right? So here we can remove this no class today. Sorry about Tuesday for not having class. But if you go to project uploaded or contact info, you'll find the drive, the Google Drive link to download this. The variety pack showed up pretty quick, but now it's taking forever to download. Well, yeah, it's 1.2 gigs, so it's pretty heavy. All right, so here we are. Yep, here are the different cars. You can see, just like I showed you guys last time, right? I don't think it has handbrake. Maybe it does. I don't think so. Ugh, fail. It also doesn't have a reset, so we'll have to build a reset. See, you can't reset your vehicle. So now we're like this, we're stuck. We'll have to restart the game. So I'll have to build that. We're gonna need a reset. What else can we do? We crash this? Oh, yes, physics boxes with physics. It's great. Obviously, that's cool. Oh, I'm stuck. Maybe. Oh, this SUV, man. This is like the worst SUV. It's like grandma's SUV. Unbelievable. All right, we're stuck again. So you get the idea, right? Okay, so what do we need to do? Well, let's go back to our content folder. Let's make some stuff. So first we need to, let's make a new folder in our content folder. We're gonna call this core. This is where all our code is gonna go, right? So let's color that. So we'll right click and we'll say set color. Let's give it, I like this purple, so let's give it a nice cool purple color. And let's click on our content folder again. We'll right click again. We're gonna make another folder. It's gonna be art. And this is just gonna be any of the art assets we need to add or create or whatever. About art, gonna be like a blue. And we'll make another folder and we'll call this UI. And our UI, let's see, we'll give it like a green. Cool. All right, so what do we need? Let me look at my other project here. This one, it's bigger. There we go. Okay, so in our core, we're gonna need, well, the first thing we're gonna need is this checkpoint system. So let's create a new blueprint. There'll be an actor. It's gonna be BP underscore checkpoint. All right, and then that's just one checkpoint, and we'll be able to duplicate that around our racetrack as we see fit. But we need a manager that manages all the checkpoints and tells the player like, yeah, you went to this checkpoint, go to the next one, go to the next one, go to the next one. So we're gonna do BP, blueprint again, actor, BP, and this is gonna be checkpoint manager. The other thing we need is we need to be able to say what vehicle are we currently using right now, and we need to be able to save that throughout the entire game. So we're gonna modify our game instance. So we're gonna go to another blueprint. We're gonna go all classes. We're gonna do game instance, and right here, this one, game instance, and we'll call this BP game instance. And then all that's going to do is just have a variable that's going to have all of our cars. Okay, so what else do we need? We need a player controller. So the player controller is going to be right here, player controller. So this is different, right? We're selecting player controller. And all it does is it's what controls the pawn, what moves the pawn around. You know, it could be joystick, keyboard, mouse, whatever, right? Player controller. So BP player controller. We're going to need a, let me make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah, it's going to be under blueprints, macro library, this one here, blueprint macro library. So a little bit different. And what this is going to do is just going to be a macro that converts the time that we're getting from Unreal into legible time to the player, right? So Unreal's delta time system, it's a float value. The player needs to know like how many seconds they beat the race, right? So we're just going to make a macro that converts that for us. So blueprint macro library. Oops, what did I do here? What did I do wrong? Maybe I did something wrong. From macro library. Oh, and an actor. Sorry, it's an actor. And this one's just going to be BP time conversion. And then we need a vehicle functions library. So this is the same as a regular blueprint that we you know, logic to create in a regular blueprint. But the difference is we're going to use the same function in every single one of these vehicles. So we need a library instead of just a regular blueprint. So we're going to BPFL for blueprint function library. And then this is just going to be vehicle functions. You know, things like resetting the car and maybe we want to jump, you know, like it's Mario Kart or something, and we want to press spacebar and it just like jumps the car up in the air like crazy or something. Or maybe we have like a turbo boost and you know, you press spacebar and the car just maybe you install some rocket launchers or machine guns on it, right? And you need to be able to press a certain button, and so that's where all this vehicle function stuff will come into play. Okay, so what else do we need? We need we need in our art folder. So let's go to our art folder. We're going to create another folder, and we're going to call this levels. And then let's color that too. It's a new cool color. Let's make it the art color. Inside there, we're going to make a new track. But I'm going to cheat a little bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to our vehicle advanced folder. And I'm going to go into our vehicle. No, where is that? One of these arena meshes. One of these is where the oh, maybe it's vehicle advanced blueprint. Oh yeah, here it is. Vehicle advanced blueprint. Sorry. There it is. This vehicle advanced example map. See that? Under vehicle advanced blueprint maps. We're just going to duplicate that. So I'm right clicking, duplicate. We're going to rename this first track or something like that, underscore map. And then I'm going to drag that into our levels folder. So now our levels folder has our first level, our first track. What else do we need? In our UI folder, we're going to make a game HUD. So we're going to go user interface. No, I take that back. We need to go to blueprints. Blueprints, blueprint class. And this is going to be HUD, I think. HUD. Yeah, HUD, right here, this one. It's just going to be BP game HUD. And then I'm going to duplicate this, and we're going to rename this one to main menu HUD. So when we're in the main menu, this one will be loaded, and when we're in the game HUD, this one will be loaded. Or when we're in the game, this one will be loaded. Okay. So let's go to levels. Let's load up our first Shrek level, and now it's complaining. It's like, oh, you want to save everything? Yeah, save everything. It's fine. And if we hit play, everything looks good. Drive around. Okay, that's all great. But we need to make some changes. So the first thing we're going to do is let's go to our project settings. We're going to make some changes here. So we're going to go to maps and modes in our project settings. We're going to say the default editor start map is going to be our first track map. And the game, when we make a build, is going to also be our first track map. We're going to expand out our game mode stuff here. And the default pawn is going to be none, because we're going to spawn in a pawn depending on what vehicle the player uses, right? So we don't want to have a default pawn. HUD class, we're going to say none because it's going to depend on. Actually, no, I take that back. We need main menu HUD, sorry. And then this will flip to game HUD and then back to main menu HUD depending on where we're at. Player controller is going to be our new BP player controller. And then game state base is fine, player state is fine, and spectator pawn is fine. But down here in game instance, the bottom of right here, game instance, we're going to change that to our new one, BP game instance. Okay. Now, what do we need to do? Let's go into our map here, which we are now, and let's get rid of this car. Where's the car at? The network starts, we're going to get rid of those. We don't need those network starts. Goodbye. Vehicle blueprint. Well, goodbye. We don't need you either. Now when we hit play, yeah, see, it doesn't work anymore. That's what we want. We don't want it to work. All right, class is over. I'm just kidding. So now what do we need? We need to actually have a player start. So I'm gonna use this circle track right here. So let's get a player start. Let's see, we need one of those. Boom. And now when I hit play, it still doesn't work. That's perfectly fine. But at least now we know kind of the direction that the player is going to be and all that sort of stuff. So we need to fix all that. So let's get into it. Let's see, what do we need to do? Let's go into look at my core here. What are we going to start with? We can start with our you want to start with the checkpoint manager or the player controller? Maybe the player controller first. I'm not sure. I'm not sure which one I want to do first. Hold on. I guess we could do the player controller. It doesn't matter. Or the checkpoint manager, it doesn't matter which one we do. We won't be able to test either one until we have both of them sort of fixed. So let's start with the player controller. Why not? So we'll go to the core. Let's go to BP player controller. Open that guy up. Yeah, that's all fine. We're gonna go to our event graph, and we're gonna need quite a few things here. So let's see. What do we need? Oh man, we need a lot of variables. let's expand this variables thing. And the first thing we need, we're going to new variable, and we're going to say race time text. And I'm going to change that variable type to a text. Right here, text right there. And also right here where it says category, I'm gonna change that as well. I'm gonna say text variables. And you can see now I have a new like subcategory, right? Text variables, race time text. All right, so we're gonna Control W to duplicate that. It's gonna be current lap text. And then we're gonna Control W to duplicate that, and max lap text. Control W to duplicate that. And this is going to be like our gold time. And then you write every map needs like a silver time. And then like a bronze time text. And then we need a ready text. You know, like text to let the player know like boop, 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 right? That sort of thing. And then we need the name of the map. So just in case you guys make more than one track, and you will be able to make more than one track, if assuming we get done time. And then we need like the best time, best lap time text. And then we need a best race time text. And so even if you beat the gold time text, right, you could still have like a better race time text. Okay, so now that we have like the text, we need to get the float values. So let's see, we're gonna do actual. Oh, these are actually this is the actual lap is going to be just an integer. It's not a byte, an integer, sorry. And that's just like, you know, what lap is the player actually on? We're going to duplicate that. We're going to say max laps, and this is the amount of laps we're allowing per race, per track. And then now we're going to do actual lap time. And this is actually going to be a float. And the category here is going to be the value variables. Value variables. There we go. Okay, actual lap time. What's next? Oh, the actual gold time. So gold time. And then we need silver time. And we need bronze time. And then what else do we need? We need best lap time. And we need best race time. And then we also need the default best lap time. So this is going to be like the best race time is like what the player puts in, right? Default best lap time is what you put in or what you think is going to be the best. And the same thing for default best race time. And then the actual race time is what the current race time. Okay, so what else do we need? We need to know we need another variable. This is going to be is the race complete, and this is a Boolean, and has the race started, and that's a Boolean as well. And then because this is our player controller, we're going to handle the ability to respawn a vehicle. So we need a respawn location. And actually, I don't want it to be location, I want it to be transform. Respawn transform. And that is going to be a transform. And for whatever reason, I have it exposed. I'm not sure why, but we're going to make it exposed. Okay, and then we'll get those in just a second, and those in just a second. All right, who's with me? Yeah, Alex is like, you type too fast. It's cool, man. Okay, I'll give you guys just a second. Did you delete the network player start things? Yes, I did delete those, yes. But I did add a new player start. Okay. Moving along. Let's start at our begin play. What we're going to do here, we're going to get some references for later. All right. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do cast to DP game instance. This is our game instance right here. And we're going to say get game instance. And then we're just going to promote this to variable DP game instance. All right. And then not on begin play, but custom events. We'll do a custom event right here, add custom event. We're gonna call it start game setup. And what this is gonna do is before the game starts, we're gonna set the game up so the player can do whatever they're gonna do. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do get actor of class. And we're looking for player start. And we'll promote that to variable. Initial player start. And we're going to get actor transform. And Unreal knew exactly what I wanted. We're going to grab our respawn transform and we're going to set it to the respawn transform. So if you're following along, maybe not, but that's okay. Well, before the game starts, we're going to find the player start, this one right here, and we're going to say that's where the vehicle should respawn when the game starts. All right, or when the race starts. I mean, let's compile and save. So what else do we need? We need another custom event. This one's going to be start race. And we're just going to do print string. Come on here, do a little print string. Change this later to probably a HUD element, but this is just going to start the race for us. And then we need a another custom event. And this one is going to be restart the race, And so we'll do another print string here. And the idea of this one is basically it's going to tell the player the race is over. And after a few seconds, send the player back to the main menu. Oh, and over. Wow. Not OSER. Over. There we go. And also give end race info, right? All right. So now the fun stuff. So we need another custom event, custom events. And this one is going to be lap time, I think it is. You're wrong. Oh, sorry. Yeah, update lap. My bad. Update lap. My fault. I apologize. File and save. So, should not missing out in the chat here. Okay. All right. So the first thing we're going to do for this update lap is we need to see is the race over? Is the race over? Right? If the race is already over, then we don't really need to do anything more with the laps, right? We could just finish it. So we're going to go right here to our race complete, and we're going to say, is the race over? And if it is, then we don't really need to do anything else. But if it is not, then we need to start doing stuff. And the first thing we need to do is we need to say, what is the actual lap? And we're going to, there's a couple ways we do this. We could totally do this. This is one way to do it. But I don't want to do it that way. I want to show you guys kind of the long way to do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to do integer plus integer, and then we're going to set the actual lap like this. So what I'm doing is I'm saying what is it currently? Add 1 to that current. So what is it currently? Add 1 to the current one, and now set it as a new value. Right?
Are we going to set that up as -1 or no?
No, it would never be -1. Your first lap will always be 0. Then the next lap would be 1, and the next lap will be 2, right? Actually, I take that back. We could actually set actual laps to 1 as our default value. I think that's exactly what I have here too. Let me just double check. Actual laps. No, I do have it at 0. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so then we're gonna convert this to text as an integer, sorry. There we go. And then this is going to be current lap text. Where is it at? There it is. All right, set that like that, like that, like that. All good. And then what we'll do is a print string. And this is just going to be temporary. Actually, we'll do a little append on this print string too. So come out, we'll do an append. We're going to say Blair's current lap is colon and then space. And then we'll connect that like that. Like this. And then we'll come out of this guy. Let's change the color to something like yellow, like a gold or something. I don't know. Sure. And let's do a little bit longer. We'll do like 20 seconds. And the idea here, this is temporary. Temporary HUD element. And eventually this will be on the HUD, right? And not necessarily as a print string. Okay. So we're adding one more to the laps until we get to max laps, and then obviously we'll say race is complete. So what we need to do now is check the lap time. Check the lap time, and I don't think I built that yet. So let's see. So what do we need? Let's go to, we'll go down here. We're going to create a new event, custom event. And this is going to be start lap time. And then we'll do another custom event, stop lap time. Logic. All right. And then we're going to create a new function. And this right here, functions. We're going to go functions right here. We're going to call this lap time check. And what this is going to do, what this function is going to do, is it's going to check the lap time and compare it to the best lap times. And if it's better, then make a new best lap time. Right, so if I hover over it, you can read what I just wrote. Check the lap time and compare it to the best lap times. And if it's better, then make a new best lap time. If it's not, then it does nothing. All right, so let's get involved in that. I don't know if I've made we haven't made the macro yet, so I'll have to do that. But that's okay. Let's go here. What we're going to do is we're going to come out of this. We're going to do stop lap time, and Unreal has given me the bug, which is awesome. So that's just going to stop the lap time, the current lap time, whatever it is, going to stop it. And then we're going to run our check to see how it is. And then we're going to start the lap time again. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our actual lap time. So let's see, actual lap time. And we're going to get our best lap time. And then we're going to, if the actual lap time is less than or equal to our best lap time, right? Because you remember, it's lower the number. The smaller the number, the better, the faster the racer, right? So less than or equal to, then they've done it, right? The player has beaten the best lap time, and we need to update the best lap time. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get our actual lap time. If it's true, then we're gonna get our best lap time, and we're gonna do a setter for that one. And we're just gonna update it like that, right? Player has beaten the best lap time, and so we are replacing it. And then best lap time text. Where's that one at? Best lap time text. There it is. And right now, we need a conversion thing. This is not going to work. This is not the right conversion. And all this is going to show us is a float value, right? It's just going to show us a float. And what the player really needs to see is, you know, the seconds or minutes or however long it takes for them to beat that. Let's do another print string. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to our event graph, and I am going to totally ninja this. Copy. We'll come back to our function. We're going to paste connection. This is going to be player has beaten. Oh my gosh. Obviously, I don't spell beaten very often. Beaten the best lap time with a time of space. And then there we go. And we can leave that 20 seconds too. That's fine. And maybe we'll even change the color. Let's change it like cool green. And then what do we do? Then we set the actual lap time back to 0, wherever it is, actual lap time back to 0. And this one actually can go like this. That'll make sense in a second. And then we check to see is the race complete. And there are some other functions that go after this. Well, we don't care about that right now. All right, so what happens if the player doesn't beat the actual lap, or doesn't beat the best time, right? They didn't do it. So if they didn't do it, well, then we just go all the way to this guy. See that? Maybe we make a nice little reroute node, something like that. Cool. Right, so player didn't do it, then we just reset the lap time. No big deal. Oh, let's see. If the race is not complete, we can actually do this one. If the race is not complete, then we can do start lap time again. But we don't have this race completes logic yet. Okay, so I'm going to save this, compile this. I'm going to save. I am going to shut down Unreal and yes, save that. Reopen this project, and hopefully it doesn't explode on me. All right, let's go back into our player controller and see if I can drag out now. Okay, yeah, okay, cool. All right, so that is almost done. We need the conversion thing. And we need the
Real
race.
quick, how did you get the start lap time right at the end right there?
This actual lap time, this one?
No, at the end, what you had just done, the blue.
Oh, this one, start
Yeah.
lap time. It's a custom event that I created right here, start and stop lap
Okay,
time.
okay.
So all I'm doing is calling it. I'm calling these guys, but obviously they don't have anything to them yet, right? They don't have any functionality, but I can still call them. Okay, so what else do we need to do? Let's go to, we're gonna do the same thing for our race check time. So let's create another function, and this one's gonna be called race time checker or check. It's very similar. So what do we need? We need, let's expand these guys out. We need our actual race time. We need our best race time. We need to see if it's less than or equal to. And if it is, then we do some cool stuff. And if it isn't, then we don't, right? And so the first thing we're going to do is say, all right, they've beaten the actual race time. So we need to replace the best race time with our new race time. And then we do the whole conversion thing. So this is going to be, oh, actually, what do we need? We need race time text. And then this is, oh my gosh, this is the wrong conversion again. Wrong conversion. So I'll need to build that. That's going to be our macro thing that I was talking about earlier. And then I'm going to go to this guy, and I'm totally going to steal this. Very hot element stuff. And we're going to say Blair has beaten the best race time with time of, and have a little bit of, have a space after my colon, and then whatever B is, right? It's going to be our time. 20 seconds. Let's change the color. How about blue? Cool. And that's it. Now, if they don't beat the race time, then we don't care. Compile and save. All right. Event graph. What do we need to do now? Event graph, event graph. Let's go to this guy, the start lap time and stop lap time. So what do we need out of this guy? We're going to need a timeline. Add timeline. This is going to be lap time. It's going to be the name of our timeline. And start lap time actually is going to go right into our place from start. And then our stop lap time is going to stop. Right. So this is how we're going to check our time. So we're going to go into our lap time here. And we're going to go, it's going to be two values. The first one is going to be, I'm sorry, we need a flow track, my bad. Two values. First one is going to be 0, 0, 0, right, for the time and for the value. And the second one is going to be 9999, 9999. So hopefully the player doesn't play for 999 hours, but you know, it could happen. Compile and save. Oh, and we're going to rename this track too. So you can see right here, it says new track. I'm going to hit F2 to rename it. I'm going to call it time. Okay, so now we come out and now you can see I have this new time, float track time. And that is going to be your actual lap time, wherever that is. There it is. Set. And it's going to go to update. So, and current lap text, no, current lap time. This time, did I miss it? It's best lap time. Oh, I did miss it. Okay, let's make another one. Lap time text. All right, I'm gonna put it up here. Lap time text. All right, same problem. We need to be able to convert it. It's a wrong conversion. Wrong conversion. That's okay. Come back to that in a second. Let's also we'll totally cheat again, and we'll add temporary HUD element, or sorry, a print string as our temporary HUD, so we can see what that looks like. And lap time will be, I don't know, pink. Sounds good to me. And we're gonna say actual lap time. And this is going to tick off very quickly. So we're going to change this to 1 second, or maybe even like 0.5 of a second. That might be, that's going to fire so fast. Let's just change it to 0.1. Hopefully that's not, hopefully it's not like firing so quickly that, or hopefully it's firing fast enough that it only shows one at a time instead of like a big list. We don't want to see a big list. Okay, so that's it. That's cool, right? So now that's how we're gonna check the start time and the end lap time. Actually, if we hit play now, oh, we don't have a, we're not spawning in a vehicle yet. Okay, so it's not gonna work. Darn, shucks. That's okay. Let's see. Let's keep going. Let's do this race, start race time. So we need another custom event. Start race time, and another custom event. Stop race time, and shocker, we need to do basically the same thing that we just did here, but for our race time. So we're gonna do another timeline. This is gonna be race time as the name of our timeline. And race time is gonna go from play to start, and it's gonna go to the stopper. And we're gonna do the same thing, float value, two variables, or sorry, two, I don't know what these are called, curve floats or whatever, I don't know. And then the other one's gonna be 999, 999. Perfect. File and save. Oh, we need to rename this as time. File save. Okay, there we go. We got a new time coming out of there. Actual race time this time, and not lap time. So there, that's that. Then we need to do our conversion, which we don't have, and then we'll do race time text. Connect those to that. This is wrong conversion. I'll fix that when we get to that. And this is also going to update very quickly. And we'll change the color to be a slight purple. It's going to be actual race time. And you'll notice that the more laps we have, this will be actually a little bit faster than this because we're stopping this every lap and then doing a little bit of computation and then starting it again, right? Whereas the race time, we never stop it until the end. It'll be very, very slight difference. Okay, so I think that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. What else do we need? We don't. What do we want to do? We could do. Let's do the time conversion thing. Let's see what time is it. 7:30. We might not finish the time conversion thing, but that's okay. Let's save. This is good. Let's go to our time conversion. So we're going to go to BP time conversion. We're going to right here where it says my blueprints on the right hand side. We're going to do new macro. This one's going to be called float time to race time. Actually, we can even do race time text because that's what it is. And then right here at the bottom under details, our input, our input's going to have a float value, right? So it's going to be our time, and it's going to be a float, and that's what's coming in. And then the output is going to be text, right? So text is going to be will be race time text, and it's going to be text as our type, right? Okay. So for all those who are watching on the YouTubes, If there's a better way to do this, by all means, educate me. But this is how I know how to do it. And if it's not right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, not sorry. Okay, so first thing we need to do is, let's talk about this for a second. First thing we need to do is we need to get the minutes, right? So we need to get minutes and then convert it, right? And then we need to get the seconds and convert that. And then we need to get the milliseconds, get milliseconds and convert that. And then we need to get all those and then make it look like this, right? 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, like that, right? And then that's what gets connected into this. Everyone tracking? We're all with me? I hope you're with me. All right, so we're gonna get the minutes first. So the first thing we're gonna do is get our time and we're going to divide it. So where's my divide key? One of these, there it is, divide. We're gonna do float by float and we're gonna divide it by 60. And then I'm gonna round that up, round it down. So we're gonna do a floor. You can see rounds down towards the negative infinity toward the previous integer or whatever it is. So rounds that. And then we're going to see if it's a double number, right? So like it's 10, 11, 12, 22, 23, et cetera, et cetera. And we're going to do some changes here. So what I'm doing right now is just seeing, is it a double number? So we're going to do, we're going to come out of this, we're going to do a select. That's right. No, that's not right. That's not the right one. It is a select, but it's a select. This one, yeah, there it is. That's it. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to go. If it is a double number, then it's just going to go to here. Actually, I need it to be a string. This is two string text. No, two strings. There it is, two string. And it's going to go to true. So if it's a double number, right? So if it's greater than 9, it's a double number that's true, then it's whatever. But if it's not a double number, then we're going to add a 0 to it. So we're going to do an append. We're going to put it on the B slot. We're going to add a 0, and then like that. Right? So it'll be, if that makes sense to you guys, maybe not, but basically the idea is that if it's you know, a single digit is going to look like that, right? 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, so on and so forth. But if it's a double digit number like 12, 13, 22, 24, whatever, then it'll show up like that, right? And then this is going to go into an append, like so. And that's going to be our very first 0, 0. Done. Minutes solved. Let's see if we can make this look a little bit prettier. Cool. And I will get rid of all of this context. And this is going to be getting our minutes. All right. Making good time. What's next? Getting seconds. Okay, so we're going to come out of here. This time we're going to do what's called a remainder, a modulo, which gets the remainder. It's the same idea. So we're gonna do 60. We're gonna do another floor, and same idea for this. So I'm actually gonna ninja this right here. We're gonna copy or connect, like so. So same idea, right? So we're just saying, hey, if it's double digit, then you know, be a double digit. But if you're a single digit, then add a 0 in front of you. All right, so we need another append. So we're gonna do another append here. And if I remember correctly, yeah, so this actually goes into the B slot, and then this goes like that. Yep, and then this has a dot, a colon, and then a space. Colon and a space. And then that one's that, and then we have another append, and then this colon and a space. Okay. Now, milliseconds. Okay, so what do we need to do? This one is a little tricky. So the first thing we need to do is do a floor. And then we need to convert that to float. And this is where I was like, there's probably a better way to do this, but this is how I know how to do it. We're gonna minus this by this guy. And then we're gonna times that by 100. And that's gonna give us a very close millisecond value. We're gonna floor that. Why is it? There we go. Okay, this is straight. Yeah. Okay. Cool. And then we're gonna copy this and do the same thing we did before. And this needs to append. Goes into the B slot, and then this goes like that. So by the way, this is our making it look like the 0, 0, 0. That's what this big block is right here. That didn't make any sense. Right, so our first one is our seconds, that's a 0, 0. Then we have our colon and then a space. And then we get our, the next set of 0, 0, right, our seconds. And then it gets sent in, and then we have a colon again and a space. And then we get our milliseconds, and then that gets sent to our output, like so. If I could get this straight, that would be great. There we go. Let's bring this in a little bit. So maybe that'll make a little bit more sense. It's getting the milliseconds. Yeah, cool. All right, we'll save that. All right, so the next thing we can do, drink a little bit of water. Next thing we do is we can go back to our player controller. And right here we have the wrong conversion. Is we can type in, what did I call it? Float time to race time. Okay, so we can come out here and we can do float time to race time. And here you can see there's our new macro, and we just connect like that. Pretty neat, right? And we can use it everywhere. So I'm actually just gonna, instead of typing that multiple times, I'm just gonna copy pasta. Oops, that one was right. That was the right one. Where's the lap time? Oh yeah, wrong one here. And there's that. And wrong one here. And that, and that. There we go. Oh, also, one other thing we need to do is right here for our race complete. Okay, so what we need to do here is we need to do, if I remember correctly, let me go back to my notes here, controller, time check, race time check. Oh yeah, yeah. So this will come out of here and it'll be race time check. All right. And now we're good for most of the player controller stuff. We have this set, that's good. This one's good. We have that's the right thing. That one's good. Event graph. Oh, not connected right there. It's good. Okay. That looks good. Good. Okay. Great, 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 great. All right. Now what? Time conversion. We close the time conversion thing. And now let's go to our game instance. I got a little bit of time. Let's see what else I can get done. Game instance, open full editor. We're going to add a new variable. Vehicle selection. And actually, this is not going to work out for us. We'll just leave it as Boolean for now. We're gonna need to make a new folder here. So inside our core folder, let's make a new folder. Oh no, Unreal, no. Okay, Unreal crashed on me. Let's open it up again. Or it didn't crash, but it's not showing the context menus. Let's reopen it. All right, new folder. We're gonna call this data. And inside our data folder, oh, actually we need to make it the color for, okay, inside our data folder, we're gonna create an enum. So blueprints, enumeration right here. The enum is just a list, right? So we're gonna do EM vehicle selection. And when we open it up, you can see enumerators, new, and then we can just name them what we want. So actually, I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to open up the vehicle variety pack. I'm going to open up the blueprints folder in there, and we can see the list right here. So box truck, next. Going to be hatchback. Next is pickup. Next is going to be our sports car. And then last but not least is going to be our SUV. And we'll save that enumeration. Now we can go back to our game instance. And right here where we have the type as a Boolean, variable type Boolean, we're going to change that to EM underscore vehicle selection. Compile, save. And now that's going to be what vehicle the player has, and it's saved in the game instance, which means it's saved throughout the entire game, right? It's whatever vehicle the player selects, right? All right, so let's go back to our player controller. And what we can do is we can go to respawn vehicle. Oh, we don't have that. So let's create a new function. It's going to be called respawn vehicle. Respawn current vehicle. And we need our game instance, which we have right here. And inside our game instance, we have the vehicle selection. So we'll do get vehicle selection. There it is. And then from there, we can do a switch based off of what vehicle it is. And then we'll just start with the box truck only. So we need a respawn transform. And we're gonna come out of this box truck and we're gonna do spawn actor from class, this one right here. And the actor that we want is this box truck right here, BP underscore box truck. Now you may not have this because you probably haven't downloaded it yet. That's okay. So if you don't have this BP box truck, you got to make sure that you download and add the vehicle variety pack asset from the Google Drive into your project, and it needs to be in the right spot, or it won't work. Okay, so we're at spawn transform. See this right here? We're going to say boom like that. And what did I do for default? Always spawn. That's what I thought. Okay, so always spawn. Ignore collisions. And then our return value is going to be possess like that. And so what that does is basically our player pawn will possess this box truck. All right, so by default, our game instance is box truck. And we only set up the box truck. So now when I hit play, I should have, oh, no, it didn't do it. What did I miss? Oh, we need a respawn current vehicle. Let's just, for now, we're going to add in a respawn current vehicle right after, oh, wait, oh, we need to do that right after our, actually, you know what, I'm gonna do it right here after race start. So what we'll do is sort of sequential, right? So begin play, and then we'll get the game instance. And then for now, we're gonna do start game setup. And so that's gonna set up our game. It's gonna run through this, and then we'll do start race. Start race. And then that'll start the race, respawn a current thing, but it's not gonna do any of the timer stuff. All right, hit play. There we are. See, now we're in a box truck. Right on. Cool. So if we go back to our player controller, we go back to our respawn current vehicle, we need to do this for, oops, for every single vehicle. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be all the vehicles, and that's going to be BP hatchback, I think. Yep. And then this one is BP pickup. And then this one is going to be BP sports car. And the last one here is going to be BP SUV. And respawn transform for all of them. And then we just do that. Like so. That looks good. A little bit of cleanup. Perfect. Now, if we go to our game instance and we change it, let's say we want to be the sports car this time. We play, and now I spawn in as a sports car. All right. Since I got almost, wow, the sports car has no grip. Come on. Go. No. Walk, 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 walk. That's fine, Jayla. All right, guys. So I'm going to stop right here. I'm sure you guys are pretty much lost because I went super fast and I said I would go super fast. I'm going to give this to you guys too. So this will be on Google Drive. As a matter of fact, let's do that now. We'll close all this, save, cool. This is going to be perfect. We're going to zip it up. I'll give it to you guys, and then we will meet again on Tuesday and we'll continue down this path, right? Cool. Any questions, comments, concerns? Oh, I should have put a date on there. That's okay. It's uploading anyway. All right. No questions, comments, concerns. Great. Yep. Have a good weekend, guys, and I will see you on Tuesday. Bye.
Have a good
Bye.
weekend.
Have a good weekend.